Do you remember this old song that Elvis used to sing? That's right, Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And that song actually is based on a song that was written way back in the 1700s. In fact, this version of it was written in the 60s, really. And then, of course, there's been several singers that have come along and continue to make this song famous. And the reason why I picked this, well, first of all, I'm trying to keep the videos a little shorter, but it's basically just made up of chords. It's made up the G chord, and then the B minor, and then the E minor. You could automatically hear it's coming out just in those chords. Fools rush in. You hear that? That's C, G, and D. C, D, E minor, C, G, D, C. So the chords almost bring out the whole melody, but if you pick it, you can even get a little more out of it. So that's what we're going to do today. And when I'm picking today, you're going to notice that my thumb is going to move around depending on where I hear the bass note to be, okay? So when I start out, I'm going to pick that low, the G, and I'm going to pick this G as well. So I've got 3 of them there. It just kind of starts the song out. And then I'm going to go to a B minor. So I'm going to be selective about what bass notes I pick. And depending on that, that's where my thumb's going to go. Okay? So you got to kind of test it out. This is short enough. We're just doing the verse, okay? That, you can take it in pieces. Like just take the piece Wise Men Say. Wise men say, and think of different ways that you can pick that out. Well, these 3 fingers I like to dedicate to 3, 2, and 1. So one way I could do that, wise, I could do it that way. So this is 1, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. See that? So that's one way you could do it. And then go to the next chord, which is B minor. Now the B minor, there's different ways to do this. I mean, you could bar it, or you can do it this way, or do it this way. I mean, there's so many ways to make a B minor. But what I'm going to tell you to make it easy is just play strings 4, 3, and 2, and make the A minor chord shape there at the 3rd fret. And so make the A minor this shape here at the 3rd fret, and just play those 3 there instead of doing this or doing this or doing this. It's the 3 notes you need for that B minor, and it's easier. Okay. So far we have wise men say. See that? I'm just bass and 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Got that? So wise, B minor, say. So only, I did a hammer on. Pick that 3rd string with your 1st finger and hammer on. See, I'm just making that note by hitting it. And then my second finger is going to pick up string 2. Got that? Only C, fools, G, D, and so I'm going to have an open string here for the D, and then C, C, D. They pretty much bring the melody in. E minor, and now we've got to pick some notes. Here's that hammer on again. Same thing, except this time we're going to hit just an A minor 7th and pick strings 4 and 2. Okay, so we'll start from that. But I can't help falling in love. D, U, G. Okay, so let's pick out the melody here. It's really simple. It's within these 3 strings, pretty much. Here's where it gets a little strange. It's sliding up here. What note is that? We've got, it's an F sharp. Okay, so you got to pick up that F sharp. So, and you're also going to be picking the D at the same time. And you'll notice there's an F sharp in the D. So there's that F sharp and you're picking up another one right here. And so this is a difficult chord because you have D and you're trying to take your pinky, reaching over to the 4th string and picking up that F sharp. And it's here as well. Hear it? But you don't have to do that. You could be just slide up to it and play it, and as you're playing it, reach up and get the D. So you're doing this. It's a little bit broken, but it works, and you'll see as we go along. So again, the melody. This thing's rattling up here. Okay, so now, start working on that until you get comfortable with it. Okay, so just work on it, go over it and over again. Since you have that melody in your head, so when you go back to your chords, you can put that together. Okay, so we start out with a G. And what I'm playing is this G and this G and this G. B minor. And now this B minor, you can play it like this. But if you don't like it, if that's not comfortable to you, you could just play strings 4, 3, and 2 and just make an A minor shape. So you just, instead of doing A minor up here, you slide up to the 3rd fret and you'll have a B minor, okay? All right, so got that? So B minor can be done like this, so it's going to sound. And this is what we have to pick. So that doesn't show up in the chords. Only fools rush in. C, D. And there I did that broken way. But I could do, but I can't. I could do that too. It's just a little tougher. Help falling in. So I'm doing a hammer on. Falling in love, G. And then you can play the chords. It with you. Let's try it from the top again. Why? So take that, start working on that song a little bit, and see if you can pick in the melody. There's really just a couple places. It's Falling in Love with You and Only Fools Rush In. Those two little places on that, that's where you have to pick in those notes the most, okay? I mean, and you're picking up bass notes as you go along. So when I'm doing this most of the time. My thumb's picking up those bass notes. But sometimes it's picking up a note that is bringing part of that melody, not just the chording. So... So we're going to leave it right there, and hope you have a good time trying to pick that one out. And it's a great song. It really is. I think Elvis really knew what he was doing here when he took this song on. Okay, so I don't have any announcements, but I'm going to say make sure you subscribe if you haven't, and I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.